Hello everybody and welcome to the channel Crossing a Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra and we're doing our weekly tarot reading, and because it's Mother's Day weekend we decided to do a baby reading. I've done a couple of other baby readings in the past, but there's lots of different combinations of children we can have, different amounts, different personalities, all kinds of stuff, so those readings might not have resonated with you. Or this one might not resonate with you, so I will leave the links to both of those others that I've done in the description in case you want to go check those out. But basically, this reading isn't going to be just on your future children, but it's on any children in case you already have children. This might be how many total you're going to have through your life, what kind of personalities they have, what kind of relationship you might have with them, what kind of special things about them, that kind of thing. So that's what this reading is about today. It's just all about your children, just anything that can come through about them, anything that we can find out. We do have 3 different piles for you to choose from. We have pile 1 with the yellow baby accoutrements. We have pile 2 with the purple baby things, and then we have pile 3 with the green baby items. Okay, so we are going to give you some time to reflect on these piles. It is best to go with your gut instinct in deciding which pile you should watch. So we're going to give you some time to reflect. There will be timestamps in the description that will lead you there when you're ready, so you can click on it and go directly there. In each reading, we're also going to do oracle spheres, and that's where you can think of a yes or no question you can get an answer to. And then also our charms as well as our tarot cards. So we're using some different tools here to help us figure out these things. I'm looking greatly forward to it, and we're going to give you the time to reflect, and then we'll see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. You guys chose the yellow baby accoutrements here. We're going to move these over. I love doing these readings. They're so much fun to find out about your children and what they're like and how many and all that. It's just so cool. Like I said in the introduction, there will be a couple of other links to a couple of other baby readings in case this one doesn't resonate with you or you'd like to check those out. All right, let's see what we've got here. We've got the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the King of Wands, wow, the Tower card, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and I also picked the mixed emoji deck to give us maybe some feelings or some other stuff going on here. We have Shy and Sad, and that one actually makes sense with the Tower card here, and Shy does make sense as well. Okay. Well, the emotions I'm getting here is actually several children. I actually got the idea of like 3 children maybe close together. I'm thinking a girl and 2 boys, and you have them relatively close together. And then I think there's a separation, like maybe a gap in quite a few years, and then another child, a boy, is born. I do feel like that baby, there's there's some issues with the last baby in that I think there might, it's either, okay, there's a few, I don't like to sugarcoat things too much. I'm just telling you what's coming through, and we might get some more information with the charms. But it seems to me that the last baby will be problematic in one of several different ways. Okay, so there's actually different scenarios that could be. One is that the baby might have some problems, like maybe because maybe you have it later in life, and maybe it has Down syndrome or some other problems like that, or maybe he's born early and has, has to be in the hospital some, or has some issues that way. That's a possibility. The other possibility is just that you didn't expect to have any more children, and that this child is a big surprise, and so it kind of kind of a big upheaval in your life, which, that's not necessarily a bad thing, by the way, because sometimes the best upheavals in our lives are actually some of the best things that happen to us. So that's just something that might happen there. Or this child will be kind of rebellious, kind of a handful, kind of difficult, kind of child to deal with. Might even get in trouble quite a bit. Maybe I might have a few scrapes with the law, things like that. So there's 3 different scenarios here that I see going on with the youngest child. And I see you either having 4 or 5 children. So, because I think a set of twins is possible. Twin boys, I believe. But that's only a possibility. That's not for all of you. That's just for a few of you. So it's quite a few children going on here. Now, as far as the personalities go, I believe your daughter will be very shy. She I think she will be extremely empathetic. She, will care a lot about others. She might even go into like the nursing profession, or, doctor, or counselor, some other thing like that really helps others, and that, the way she feels about others, she'll really help them out. So that's a possibility. She's going to be a great comfort to you quite a bit. She's got that kind of personality involved with you. I think you guys are going to be very close. She is somewhat shy. You might have to kind of work her out of that a little bit, and make sure that, she will communicate with people, and, will do that, and become that kind of thing. Because that's kind of important. One of your sons, probably the firstborn, is going to be a very, very hard worker. He's going to be extremely intelligent. He is going to be very successful in his work. He's going to do really, really well. You're going to be very proud of him. You might not get to see him that much, though. He will be working a lot, so he will be one that might even move away, to another town or another place, instead of being close to you. You might not stay in the same town or wherever. You might only see him occasionally, that kind of thing. But you guys are going to be kind of close. I get the feeling that, he's going to love you greatly, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I almost get, for some reason, I'm feeling like something may cause him to need assistance, like a wheelchair. It won't slow him down any. It won't stop him from being successful and doing everything he wants to do and that kind of thing. And it might not even happen in his childhood. It might be more of an adult thing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he'll have knee surgery and we'll need a wheelchair for a while, or maybe, something like that will happen. But that's just something that's kind of coming through on that. So, take that for what you will. Your third son, or the set of twins, because like I said, that resonates as possibly being a twin. They're going to be a little bit more on the shy side as well, a little less bold. Also probably pretty good with money and work, but a little bit more practical. Won't take as many risks, a little bit more down to earth, a lot more quiet, a lot more, kind of doing things not as boldly, not as grandly, and so forth. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? Hopefully it does. We're going to look at our charms too and get a little bit more idea about what's going on with these children here. But boy, it sounds like you got your hands full, and it sounds exciting and a lot of really cool things going on here. So let's take a look at your charms and we'll see where we're going with that. All right. More information about your 4 to 5 children. That's definitely got your hands full here. Ooh, wow, we got all kinds of things. Okay. Okay. We've got Aquarius. I do believe one of your children probably will be Aquarius, probably the first boy. Like I say, he's going to have a sharp mind. He's going to be very intelligent that way. Your girl might be a Cancer or born under the sign of Cancer. Kind of getting some of that feeling and energy going here. Okay. We do have the dragon here. I think that's symbolized by your youngest son that has that fiery energy. A lot going on there with that. We do have a V and an O. Those might be initials. Those might be, we also have a few other letters here. Let's see what else we've got. We've got an E and an R. So those might be letters. I'm thinking of things like Victor and Oliver and Renee and Evan. Those are names that kind of came to me. If those resonate with you at all. I don't know why they popped up, but we'll just go with that. We do have the 4-leaf clover and love. So you guys are definitely all going to love each other. I feel like your children are going to love each other, but they're not going to be like crazy close, like where they pal around a lot with each other. Except for maybe the second and third child. They might, like the third child might kind of follow the second one around some. Especially if he's not the twin. If he's, for some reason, I just feel like the children kind of have their own personalities, their own interests, their own things that they do, so they don't, like, they're not incredibly close to each other or confident in each other that way, confidants, but they do love each other greatly. There's a lot of familial love going on there that way. They're just not incredibly close as far as pals and friends go to each other. I don't really see that. You do have the Scorpio energy. It is possible that your youngest child will be born under the sign of Scorpio. That might be part of their difficulties. They might want to hide things quite a bit. They might be a lot more secretive and so forth. I don't want you to get the idea that that child is one that's, you're just going to go, oh my gosh, why do I even have this child? Or, oh my, I don't want you to get that idea. I know it's been sounding kind of like that with what I've been talking about. It's just that that child is a very special child. They're totally different than all your other children. And So it might be a little more difficult for you to handle, or a little bit a learning curve, I guess, kind of thing. A little bit more, you might have to kind of change up what you were used to and so forth, because they're going to be so different from your other children. But like I said earlier, they could be a great joy to you and be a wonderful, wonderful addition to your family. So, don't get the idea with some of the stuff I've been saying that, you're going to regret this child or really wish you didn't have them or anything like that. I don't necessarily feel that energy. I just feel like, they are going to be a little bit of a handful. There's going to be some issues with them being kind of secretive, possibly get in trouble with the law a little bit, possibly not. I mean, that's, there was other things going on with that as well. Okay. You have some other symbols here that are really quite interesting for your children. We do have the harmony musical instrument that's actually in half. It's been broken, and it comes up every once in a while. And I do feel at some point you will have some disharmony in the family for a little while, that will be broken. I'm even getting for a few of you that you might get pregnant with twins, but then one might pass away and not be born, or be what they call a vanishing twin, where they're there for a while, but then basically they never really develop into a baby and things like that. That's a possibility. It's not true for all of you. That's just a possibility out there. There's something about the twins, or two children, or something like that. There's something, some feeling I'm getting. There's some weirdness, or this has to do with the last child. Like I said, that might possibly have some health issues and some other things, especially when they're first born. Those aren't necessarily long-lasting health issues. They're not necessarily, excuse me, ones that you'll have to deal with for the rest of their life or anything like that. It's just possible for a while when they're first born, it might be kind of rough or difficult. So that's just kind of something to be, maybe a little prepared for. Your children will transform your life. You will... Your children will be a great joy to you, but they will transform your life in such a way that you never expected. They're going to teach you a lot about love, about life, about what it is to be here on earth, what it's like to be around, and so forth. You are going to have a special relationship with every one of your children. It's going to be different with each one, but it's going to be special. It's going to be... each one's going to bring something into your life that you never realized would be part of your life. So that's pretty exciting. I really like that. That's really neat. Yeah, there's just going to be this closeness and this, like I said, some of them you're not going to see as often as you would like in later years once they're on their own, but you're still going to have a special relationship with them. You're going to have a very unique relationship with each child, and that's very cool. I just love that. Talking about that just by itself, I mean, that's just really cool. Why don't we move on to our oracle spheres, and let's take a look. And you can ask your yes or no question, and you pick a stand. We'll have 4 different stands. We have bronze, silver, blue, and green. You decide which one you'd like to get your answers on, and then we'll go and we'll get your answers. All right, number 1, bronze, is a maybe. Number 2, silver is a not sure. Number 3, blue is a not likely. And number 4, green is a not now. So you have a maybe, a not sure, a not likely, and a not now. So there's your Oracle Sphere answers for today. Thank you so much for being here for this reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really would love to hear some comments from you guys, especially for those of you that already have some of your children or all of them. Let me know how close we came, or what you have to say about that. I would love to hear it. And do check out our other videos on the channel. We got a couple hundred of them out there for you to check out. We do put out videos every week on YouTube on the weekends, as well as Wednesdays. We have a daily message from Spirit. We do have a Patreon channel that you can sign up for as little as $1 a month if you'd like to go over and check out the exclusive videos over there as well. All right, we look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your children reading on your present and future children and what they're going to be like and how many and what your relationship's going to be like. You guys chose your purple different baby items here. We are going to look at your oracle cards here. We also have or your tarot cards, but we also have our oracle spheres. That's where you can think of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. And we're also going to look at our charms today to help us out with this reading. I really enjoy doing these readings. There's so many different things that come through about the children and so many things. It's so exciting. But do remember, this is a general reading, and not all things said will resonate with everybody. So you might check out our other 2 children readings that we've done so far, or if none of that really resonates, maybe we haven't done your specific one yet. So I just want to let you guys know that, because sometimes we go to look at it and we're like, well, that doesn't seem to match, or that's not right. And if it doesn't really resonate with you, or, that's just because, it wasn't your reading, or the reading was for somebody else specifically. Okay? So, just as a caveat there, so let's take a look and find out about your children here. This sounds really exciting. I love doing these readings. There's just so many things we find out, and it's just so exciting. All right, we have the Star card. We have the Despair and Cruelty, or the 9 of Swords. Okay. We have the Princess of Cups. Okay. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. We have the 3 of Swords. Wow. We have the Judgment card. The 9 of Swords again. And then we have the World card. Awesome. Okay, we have a Jealousy and a Sorry card. Okay. All right. Sometimes the readings come through and they're not exactly what I would hoped. And actually, I knew this reading was going to be a little bit of a problem. Every time I tried to move the cards around to put them away out of the way until I could get to them, they kept trying to fall, and the things on them kept falling off, and I kept having to retrieve them, and everything was always in disarray. And with the cards you have, I can see why now. To me, it looks like you are going to try many, many times to have a child. And probably, I'm thinking 3 or 4 different times at least, and you will lose the babies due to miscarriage or stillbirth. And it's, of course, going to make you very sad. You're going to be jealous of other women, other parents and other people that have children. It's going to be difficult time, and you might have already gone through that already. Okay, you have one wonderful saving grace, is you have the World card. Okay. I do think that you're going to have great confidence and faith, and then you'll lose the baby, and then it'll be rough, and you'll go through a lot of anguish and a lot of problems, and then you'll kind of get your spirits back up again, and then the same thing will happen again, and so forth. I do get that energy. I do realize that that is something, I've gone through this myself, so I understand what this feeling is and what it's like. And I couldn't imagine having to go through it so many times. And I want to put out my deepest sympathies for you. It saddens my heart to hear about this. It greatly does. But I do have a but. I do have an exciting thing. Right at the end, the World card showed up, which shows me that you should have at least one successful pregnancy after all of the heartaches. Okay? It's even possible to have more than one successful pregnancy. Okay? But I do see that one will come through, should be successful, or if a pregnancy is not successful with you or your partner, then you will adopt a child. But you will end up with a child that you can love dearly and that you can be close with and so forth. Now, it's not real clear whether it's a boy or girl or what kind of personality or relationship you're going to have. So I'm going to try to find out a little bit more about that with the charms and so forth. The cards so far have just explained the journey that you're going to go through to have children. And like I said, you may not have a natural child. It may not come through that way. But that in the end, you will end up with at least one. And I even get the feeling for some of you, it could be several, especially if it's adoption. That you may end up actually adopting children, and just that feeling that I get is just this wonderful, joyous completion feeling. Okay, so I'm really, really feeling like this is, after all of the heartache and after all of the anxiety and fears and problems, and I feel like it probably happened. You'll probably lose 3 children. Could be more, but I really feel like 3 is kind of the issue that I'm getting here. And you're gonna get back up and you'll try again and you'll be very hopeful, and then but then things are going to turn around, and either an opportunity is going to come up where you can adopt, or this might even, if you're not losing pregnancies, maybe you can't have children that way and you already know it, and maybe you don't lose natural children. Maybe you've been trying to adopt and the adoptions fall through a few times. That could happen for some of you. That is a possibility. It's still the same kind of heartache where you feel like this baby's coming to you, and then all of a sudden the baby's not here, and it's the same type of feeling. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here. Okay, that's the energy. But then, like I said, the success will come through and you'll get at least one child. And I really feel like for several of you, you might actually, if you want more than one child, that you actually might get more than one when you're all said and done. It could just be one. I do get that feeling for some of you. But you're going to feel so wonderful and so fulfilled because of it. It's going to be so exciting for you. I'm really happy for you, actually, in that, and I want to bask in that energy, because that's what living is all about, is all that joy and success and wonderfulness there, and that is something to look forward to as well. Okay, All right, so let's take a look at your charms. Let's see if we can find out a little bit more about this child or children, and see what kind of personality they might have, or what kind of relationship you might have, or whether they're boys or girls, or whatever else we can find out. Okay? All right. More information about your 4 to 5 children. Oh, and we have Marty showing up for the reading. He usually means something very special and very important. And actually, for your reading, I think that makes sense. We already had a couple of animals. We already had a cat and a dog, and we felt, very happy and fulfilled with what we had. And, they were getting up there in years, and we didn't think we could really afford another animal or that we really needed one. But then Marty showed up. He was about 6 months old. He showed up at our gate, started whining at us. We thought for sure he belonged to somebody. He must not have, because he was not shipped and nobody claimed him after putting up messages everywhere. And I felt like he was almost a gift from like one of our passed on loved ones. Like he kind of sent him down to us and said, "You need this baby right here." And he has been the most wonderful addition to our life that I can possibly imagine. And that's the feeling I'm getting for you guys when you get the child that you're going to get, feeling the same way. So here he is. He's trying to jump up. You're going to fall if you jump up there. There we go. All right. So he always brings specialness to a reading whenever he comes in. So specialness and joy. All right. Let's see what we've got here. All right. When we do have the 5s and the 7s, those do show some disruption, some disquiet, some problems, some other things. We do have the 1 here as well. So once again, the problems and then, getting the success. We have some interesting, let's see, we've got some letters here. Let's see. We got a P, C, N, and a T. And with some letters I had in the first one, I actually thought of some names. I don't know if they'll resonate with any of you, but I'm thinking of a couple of names with these as well. I'm thinking of the word Cody, Tamra, or a name similar to that, Penelope or Penny, and Nicholas or Nicole. So those are the names that kind of came to me. I don't know if any of those resonate with any of you guys or, any of that kind of stuff. So, take that for whatever. Those might mean something specific to you. Okay, we do have the mermaid. That does show the transformation. That does show that your wishes can come true. They did for the mermaid. We also have the cake with the heart and the joy, so that does show birthday celebration and a successful thing like that. So yay, cool. We do have some wonderful messages here as well. We have believe and fearless and miracle and wonderland and protected. So all of those words I think have special meaning in your particular reading for sure. You're definitely going to have a miracle. You're going to, need to keep believing. You need to be fearless. You are protected, and you will have a wonderland with your child or children when you have them. Like I said, for some of you, I do think that this will be more than one. It's interesting how I'm not getting specifics on the children themselves. I'm wondering if this is because of the adoption thing. That you may just end up with whatever souls that need to attract you, and it could be either. It could be boys or girls or different personalities or whatever. I wonder if that's why that's happening. You also have the in my heart, which of course all the children will be very much in your heart and very close to you. But I'm really not getting specifics on boys or girls or personalities or anything. Usually I do. This is different. I'm not this time. So I really feel like that must be fluid. That must be, kind of just changing up as whatever the universe is going to bring, forth here that, different circumstances and different things happening will make a difference on that. So it must be something fluid and not set down. Excuse me. I wonder, I'm trying to think if there's another, I would like to find out a little bit more about maybe the relationship you have with the children, or maybe some of their personalities, but that's not really coming through. I do know that you're going to be very much in love with these children. I mean, you're going to, hold them dear to your heart. They are going to be, because it was so difficult for you to have them, you're going to be very, very close to them that way, and they're going to know how much they're loved. Very much so. So that feeling is definitely coming through, that total love and devotion. And they're going to feel that way about you as well. They're going to feel very much lucky that they had you as parents. So that's another feeling I am getting here. Other than that, like I said, I don't have any real specifics. That's really intriguing. I'm used to having a little bit more come through there, a little bit. So I don't know. All right. Well, let's take a look at our oracle spheres. Maybe we can get an answer to a question that you might have. Of course, it doesn't have to do with this specific reading. It could be another question. It just needs to be a yes or no question. You have four different stands. You have bronze, silver, blue, and green. You pick which one you'd like to get your answer on, and let's go through and get your answers. All right, number 1, bronze, is a not sure. Wow, okay. A lot of fluidness going on here. All right, number 2, silver, is a not likely. Number 3, blue, is a not now. Okay. And number 4, green, is a no. All right, so we have a not sure, not likely, not now, and a no. So there's your oracle sphere answers for today's reading. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate every single one of you. We do have a Patreon page if you'd like to sign up over there. It's as little as $1 a month, and you can get exclusive videos. You can check out our videos over here on YouTube. We have several hundred available for you. We put out more every weekend, as well as on Wednesdays. We put out a daily reading as well. So we look forward to seeing you again, and may stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading on your children. This is on present and future children, how many and what types and what kind of relationship you might have with them, and what kind of personalities they might have and relationships with each other and all that kind of thing. Whatever happens to come through, we will try to get out there for you guys. Okay, so you chose the green baby items here, so we're going to move these over. We also are going to be doing our oracle spheres. That's where you can think of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. And then we'll also do our charms to help us out with the reading as well. I really enjoy doing these readings. Do remember, however, because there are so many different types of scenarios and combinations as far as this particular reading especially goes, that none of these piles might resonate with you, or you might check out our other 2 videos on the topic, or maybe we haven't even done the pile that pertains to your specific situation yet. So, because these are general readings and they are for the collective, so, we're not going to hit everybody. But, we're going to have you look at it and see what resonates with you and go from there. All right, so let's find out what we can today. All right, we've got the Pleasure, or the 6 of Cups. Awesome. We have the Abundance, or the 3 of Cups. Okay. We have the Perfect Work, or the 4. Okay. Wow. 4 of Wands, okay. And then we got the 8, or the Strength card. We've got the Wheel. Oh my goodness gracious. We got the Two of Cups. Awesome. We got the Devil card. We got the Nine of Cups. Okay. And then the Four of Cups. And then we have Proud and Calm. Wow. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful reading. I'm getting a couple of different energies here. So I'm going to talk about both of them. And I guess whichever one really resonates with you is what you should go with. Okay? Because they're two almost totally different scenarios. Okay? And so I guess a lot of you watching, it could go either way. Or some of you it's supposed to be one way and the others of you it's supposed to be the other. So I actually have two different ways of looking at this, which normally that's not the case, but we're going to go ahead and do that. All right. The first scenario is that you're going to have one child. It will be a girl. You will be very, very, very proud of her. You'll have a very close relationship with her. She's wonderful in every way. She is a very good child. She, is a dream. She's easy to deal with. You have a very close relationship with her. She's a very competent woman. She's somebody you can look up to even. And she just brings great joy and fulfillment into your life. That is the first scenario. Okay. The second scenario is that you actually are going to have a full house of children. We're talking 4 or more, or 3 or 4 or more. Okay. Lots of different children. You're going to be very proud of all of them. They're all going to be great. One of them specifically will be calm and quiet. I get the feeling some others might be a little bit more rambunctious. But you will still feel, I almost get an idea of a couple little boys running around and just being, I still feel like there's one girl that's very calm and quiet and, just kind of one of those people, practical, down to earth, not very rambunctious, but I see a quiet strength in her. So I see that for both scenarios. So this girl is showing up in both of the timelines, both of the way we're looking at this. But also, for those of you that are going to have more than one child, I do see 2 or 3 boys, a little bit more rambunctious, kind of close in age. I feel like they might have a little bit of a devilish personality to them. I think that's kind of where the devil card is coming in a little bit, but not in a bad way. More of, maybe a little bit of pranksters, tricksters. Like I said, close in age, possibly even twins. That is a possibility for some of you. But that's just, whatever you guys come up with there. But that's just an idea. That's at least 3 children. It is possible that you'll have even more than that, possibly as many as 4 or 5. If you have more than one child, you're going to have at least 3. Okay. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Let me look a little closer to see. There's not very many of you that's going to have more than 3. Mostly it's either going to be 1 or 3. There might be a few of you that's going to have 4 or 5. But you're kind of the outliers. There's not many of you that's the case for. And like I said, I see like basically a girl and 2 boys. or just a girl. You're going to have a very close-knit family. You're going to have lots of celebrations, lots of good times, lots of laughter. I hear a lot of laughter and fun and joyous times and celebrations. I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of parties and celebrations and take great joy in the different things in life. If you guys have an excuse to get together for a party, you're going to manage to do so. You guys are going to get together often, spend time together, enjoy each other's company. Your children are going to love each other very closely. That kind of thing. I really get that kind of really total bond with the children that, with each other and with with them together as well. I just feel like, you guys are going to be very close that way. It sounds really nice. I have this really cool, feelings coming through my mind of what kind of family this could be. I get the feeling that you guys might, enjoy cooking together. I see like, around like a block in the kitchen, where you're baking cookies or something, or, that kind of energy, even if it's not that specific thing. But, you guys just enjoying each other's company and having fun together. And you might even possibly homeschool the children for an even closer, tighter bond that way. I see that for some of you that is the case. There's just a lot of, I'm seeing colors like blue and gold and yellow, very happy, calm, cheerful type of things. And so that's like the whole energy I'm getting for you guys' reading. So it sounds wonderful, sounds exciting. Like I said, for some of you, this has already started because today's reading wasn't going to be on future children necessarily. It was going to be on your children altogether. So some of you might already be living this life or doing stuff like that. So tell us in the comments what you have to say about this if you find out anything specific. But let's go ahead and move on to your charms. Let's see if we can find out any more about these children or what your life might be like with them and that kind of thing. Okay? Because it sounds very exciting. All right, let's see what we've got. All right, let's take a look at what we got. All right, let's take a look here. Ooh, got all kinds of stuff here. Okay. Ooh. We do have the snake. That's interesting because we have the devil card as well. And I kind of see the two going together. I think at least one of the children is going to be kind of, like I said, devilish in such a way. I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing. More, like I said, more of a mischievous, more of a trickster, prankster sort of energy. Okay. Also very smart and intelligent as well. I do get that. Okay, we've got some interesting things here. We have faith and grace. And we also have the tree of life. And we have a family's love is forever and just one life. And so all of those things, we also have the feather, which is usually a spiritual thing. I feel like your family is going to be very close, maybe spiritually. Like, you're going to have a very spiritual connection. Your faith might even be very important to your family, and so forth. I kind of get that energy for a lot of you. And that's going to bind you guys together in a lot of ways. You have a lot of letters here. You have C, Z, B, and D. I actually got names with the letters on the other two readings, so let's see if any names come through. I got Carl and Debbie or Deborah. I got Zeb, and I got Betty for B, and Diane as well. I don't know if those names will mean anything to you, and of course they don't need to. They're just what kind of came to me off the top of my head there, and what kind of just a feeling I got. So you guys do with those whatever you wish. They could be initials or mean specific letters to you, words or anything like that. I do feel like there's going to be some innovation going on with at least one of your children. I think they're going to come up with new ideas, new ways to do things. Your family might be even innovative. You guys might do things differently than a lot of other families, but they'll work for you. They'll be something very special for you. I do feel like your daughter might be a very intuitive type of person, maybe even very spiritual in nature. She might even follow certain spiritual practices like tarot reading or divination or other things like that. That's possible that she'll have that kind of sensitivity. I just kind of feel like that. There's a field notes charm here, and it usually means it's a good idea to journal things or write things down or do other things. And I do feel like that might be important for your family. So that's something that doesn't normally come through in these readings, but it did this time, so I wanted to go ahead and say that. You do have the Ace of Hearts and the Ace of Spades. Like I said, I think your family is going to be very loving and very innovative and very intelligent. I do think you guys are going to do some things your own way, maybe come up with some new ways of thinking about life or doing things. You also have the star here that says, I love you, which, like I said, you guys are going to be a very close-knit family. You also have the horse. I just see that as the excitement that you guys will have in your family. I do feel like there is a lot of exciting times for you guys, a lot of fun, just that taking stock in life and really enjoying everything there is about life. I feel like that's something that you guys will have in great abundance. You guys are going to have a lot of that. All right, so let's take a look at your oracle spheres so you can get an answer to a question. We have 4 different stands. We have silver, green, blue, and bronze. You pick which stand you like to get your answer on. You think of your question, and we will go out and get your answers. All right, number 1, silver. Is it not likely? Number 2, green. Is it very likely? Number 3, blue. Is it not sure? And number 4, bronze. Is a yes. So we have a not likely, a very likely, a not sure, and a yes. So there is your Oracle Spirit answers for today. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. Your family sounds wonderful and exciting. Leave us comments in the comment section. Let us know what's going on with your family so far, what's happening. We would love to hear all that. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. We do have a Patreon account that if you'd like to sign up over there for as little as $1 a month, you can get access to exclusive videos. So we look forward to having you check that out. And we do put out videos on YouTube every week on the weekends, as well as on Wednesdays we have a daily reading. So we look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.